saying that they pimps, that's just what they choose to be. That's what they be. You know what I mean? But that's what makes me so different between me and them. Making music is a process. The business is the process. You know what I mean? You gotta trust the process, man. Too Short, E40, Sibo, RBL Posse. Those are the people I really look up to.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the KDigitals podcast, where we dive into artists, their origin, their process, their style. Joining me today is TG. How are you doing today, man?
Hey, what's good? What's good with you, man?
It's going well.
KDigitals.
Yeah,
All
right.
right.
I appreciate that. Yeah, KDigitals. That was something I started years ago, and now it's a thing. But cool, man. I mean, let's dive right into it. I would assume I would call you a rapper, but how do you define yourself as an artist?
Man, I define myself as just regular T. You know what I mean? People call me T in the streets. TG was just a name to give to me. It started from the streets and from a hood, Black community named Bayview, Hunters Point. But I grew up in the Fillmore district of San Francisco, but lived everywhere pretty much in San Francisco. But that was about it. Yeah.
Oh, so you grew up in SF?
Yeah. I grew up in San Francisco, born and raised. Born uptown Fillmore, and moved around San Francisco. Lived in the housing project, and just moved around pretty much.
So interesting. So what has it been like for you to watch like SF go from being like just like the SF kind of old school city to being like the tech hub of the world and like all that?
The old school. I like the old school. I swear, I was just telling myself that at least probably 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I said, man, I like the old school SF. San Francisco is not the same San Francisco. And it's it's harder to live there now. You know what I mean? It's real hard. It's not easy. You know what I mean? And it's not the same. It's totally different. I like the late 90s, the early millennium, mid, you know what I mean? It was a little bit cheaper to live. It's like, I don't like the techie world. I don't like that.
Like everything that's come with it. Yeah. No, I feel it. I mean, it's crazy. Cause I mean sorry, go ahead. I think I cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's good. And it's not just San Francisco, it's Oakland, Richmond, and the surrounding cities near there, you know what I mean? And it's they making it hard for, the generation, the younger, the struggling families that to live in the Bay Area, period. You know what I mean? So I don't really like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel like, so like I ended up working up in tech for a bit because I grew up in, like I was telling you, when I went up there, I was just trying to get a job, right? And then I fell into it. But then like everyone I would meet, and I started to feel bad because no one I met like in the tech world is from the Bay, right? Everyone's like, oh, I grew up here and there and there. And it's like, oh shit, we're the problem. Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I know exactly what you're saying. But but that's where I grew up at, San Francisco. And it's a real rough. It's a rough city, but it's like, it's real hard to make it in. It's a lot of struggling families there, and things like that.
So then, kind of growing up in the, because also like you have the Bay Area, which is also a sound, right? But you also have like that struggle you're talking about.
Yeah.
So how has taken like all of that and like your community to like shaped your sound or your music?
My sound and my music. Right now I'm a local artist right now. I'm trying to get it out there. You know what I mean? And that's about it, and that's about it. And yeah.
For sure. So what's your style like? Like, because obviously it's rap, but like how would you define like the sound or like how
the sound? My sound is like, how can I say it? It's like the older sound of like the late 90s, mid 90s or whatever, but it's like the newer style too, like the Cash Money life. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like a mixture, you know what I mean? But my style is a little bit different than these rappers, these other rappers. These rappers are I don't have no problem with what they're rapping about. It's just that, they're rapping about pimps and, being a pimp, you know what I mean? I don't really rap about, pimps like that. I don't portray myself as a pimp. That's just what they do. I don't got no problem with, what I mean? People saying that they pimps, that's just what they choose to be that. That's what they be, you know what I mean? But that's what makes me so different between me and them, you know what I mean? And that's about it.
Yeah, because like so you sent me over some tracks. I was listening to like the Gassed Up video, and I was like, oh, this is fun. Like this is just a
Oh
cool
yeah,
video,
yeah,
cool
yeah.
song.
That was just to make the kids laugh and stuff, you know what I mean? And we just was just goofy that day, man. Just having fun, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that day we shot that video in San Jose too. We shot it in San Jose, and it was hot as shit that day. And we was like high as fuck, like, you know what I mean? I just came out the cannabis club, like, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah. No, I remember seeing the guy with the gas mask bong. I'm like, damn, that looks hard.
yeah,
Like
that was Little Hits. That was Little Hits. I had bought the gas mask. The gas mask was me. That was my mask,
oh
but I gave it to Hits. You know what I mean? I gave it to Hits to put on for the video because I don't really like I don't get that high though. But that day I was kind of high. I was like lit. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, we was just having fun that day. It was hot as shit though that day.
yeah, that's the bay for you. I mean, like the bay's always cold, but then when it gets hot, and it's like fuck that.
Yeah. I was just mentioning that. I tweeted that out like 2 days ago. It was crazy because it was so cold, and I was just like, "Damn, it's freezing." My hands was like really freezing. You know what I mean? Cold. And 2 nights later, it was warm as shit. And I'm like, "Damn, what the fuck?" I'm like, "Damn, they got the Bay got some weird weather though."
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. To kind of to go a little bit of a hard left. So obviously, like we're talking about all that, but like, what are some of your like influences as like an artist? Like growing up, like what are some people you listen to that you draw inspiration from?
Who I grew up off of? I grew up off of Master P and Cash Money. What else? Who do I grew off of? Too Short, E40, Sibo, RBL Posse. Those are the people I really look up to. The Loonies, you know what I mean? I got 5 on it. The Loonies, that's the era I come from. You know what I mean? That's who I really look up to, especially Master P, as far as business orientated. You know what I mean? I think Master P always been a good businessman. You know what I mean? And as far as business, the music business, even outside of the music business, you know what I mean? So always, looked up to Master P too as well. Like, far as his music, always been a fan of Master P. Far as the old school Master P, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so I know you mentioned like for like newer folks, like you're not against the newer wave of stuff, but it's not really like your thing. But is there anyone like this generation or someone that's come back that you're like
this generation? Far as I listen to Filthy Rich. I listen to Filthy Rich. I listen to Mozzie. I most definitely fuck with their music. I most definitely slap their music. CML. Who else? San Quinn, Messy Marv. I most definitely fuck with their music. Most definitely. Yeah.
That's cool. Cause usually I ask people, and it's cool, right? To each their own. It's like some people they like the old stuff, and like that's it. The new stuff, it's like they're not gonna bother. But you actually are open to it. You actually do care and appreciate it.
Yeah. But I listen to a lot of Tupac too, though. You know what I mean? When I fuck with the old school, I listen to a lot of Pac. I listen to pretty much everybody, pretty much. You know what I mean? And But yeah, as far as the newer school, I fuck with a lot of people from the Bay. As far as the music, Keep This New, Too Short, everybody pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I slap everybody's shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's dope. So you mentioned like Master P and like you're really into like the business side of how he's like growing.
Yeah.
So in terms of you and your brand as TG, like what are your goals? Like, is it like you're just trying to go from local to like just a good West Coast rapper? Are you trying to like eventually get a Grammy? Like what's your trajectory look like? What are you trying to do?
Right. I was just waiting for that too. Man, I'm trying to grow, man. To keep it real, but I'm trying to really grow and see my goals and really work with a lot of different artists. I'm trying to fuck with it. You know what I mean? Really trying to fuck with it. And yeah, I'm just trying to, reach my goals, my business. I'm trying to go legit. And I ain't trying to, fuck with the streets really like that no more, really. But
Mm-hmm.
I right now I'm in the streets really fucking with it, like, you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
yeah, but that's what it is. I'm trying to get up there, like, you know what I mean. I'm trying to run my own business, man. I'm trying to be the company, run the company. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Right.
Yeah. And I don't think people realize like it's a lot of work too, like
Yeah,
there's
it is.
so much behind the scenes.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of process, man. Making music is a process. The business is the process. You know what I mean? You gotta trust the process, man, and really, push. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing. Like,
Mhm.
so, and I think I'm gonna just stick with it. You know what I mean? Stick with it with the rap, and I'm trying to buy product right now. That's my thing, so I can
Mhm.
run my own business. I ain't trying to work for nobody else, man. To
Yeah.
be honest with you,
Tell me about it.
I ain't working for nobody else.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How long have you been doing like? How long have you been rapping? Like, where you start taking like really seriously?
Man, I was rapping as a young teen, but I was just doing it for the fuck of it. Like, really
Mm-hmm.
for the fun of it. Um, I was just doing it for the fun of it. Then I got a little bit older, and I just started taking it serious. You know what I mean? I started taking it seriously. And then I went in the studio, just started making these hits. They came out to be hit songs, like, you know what I mean? So and that's how I got into the industry, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but how I really got back to rapping was I was fucking with my big homie in the Bayview district, Hunters Point, San Francisco, and I started fucking with them.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to sit in the car. It used to be like 5 or 6 of us sitting in the car, and we'd be all taking a turn rapping on the block. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? We used to pass the weed around and pass the alcohol around. We used to just freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And but the big homie, my big homie Ryan, you know what I mean? He
Mm-hmm.
was like the neighborhood king of that shit. Couldn't nobody fuck with him and gassing, just really gassing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nobody couldn't really fuck with him in a circle. And then I just started gassing, really
Okay.
just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, if you really listen to my album, my first album, Real Life, Real Game, independently, you know what I mean? If you listen to the song Blues, you listen to Vegas Lights, um, what else? You listen to Shined Up, all that's just straight freestyle. Like,
Oh, so you didn't? That wasn't like rehearsed. Like, you kind of just came up with
not
it.
all
Oh
freestyle.
shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Shined Up's
those,
cool. I like Shined Up.
yeah, yeah, Shined Up. That, hey, and a lot of people, my mother liked that shit. You know what I mean? That song, Shined Up. She was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Damn, that's a tight ass song." You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And she was fucking with it. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that was like one of the hardest songs on there to me too.
Yeah, cause I
Yeah,
think you do a good job at like you obviously have like all the like you put a lot of lyrics, like you really just kind of keep firing, but then you have like a nice chorus into it. It's like, okay, cool. I feel like this like it feels positive too, right? So it's like, oh, this is good upbeat music just to like chill
yeah,
to.
yep. And that's that. Yeah, man, that was my first album, and that was my first album. Real Life, Real Game was the first one, and it was independently. on Rap Style Records. I created the brand Rap Style Records, you know what I mean, and went independently. You know what I mean? Now I'm just caught up in the marketing right now. Just trying to really get it out there. Sooner in a minute, I'm gonna be world star, everything in a minute. You know what I mean? So I'm just really trying to sort things out, really trying to get my business too. I'm trying to go legit, like I was saying, you know what I mean? And that's about it. Yeah.
Excuse me. So like, hopefully things are better, right? Because like the vaccine's coming out and the world's gonna go back to normal and everything. Hopefully, we're kind of normal. Things are going a weird path right now. But when the vaccine kind of comes and clears that part up, like what are your plans? Like your short term, like
my plans is to really push my music. Even I'm trying to really like, I don't know, I don't, to be honest with you, I'm gonna still be doing the same thing. Really trying to, you know, reach my goals and even harder, even more now, because when the world opened back up, everything would be open. Like, you know what I mean? That's if they open it up this year. I mean, things are moving slowly for surely, opening back up. But, you know, when the clubs really open back up here in California, I'm going to be busting really moves, like, for real, you know what I mean? And that's what it is, you know what I mean? I mean, a lot of clubs is open up in Vegas, or, you know what I mean? Vegas, Atlanta, you know what I mean? I'm trying to really, but before that, I'm trying to get my marketing. That's the only thing I'm really, you know what I mean, pushing for right now is marketing. You know what I mean? Marketing my music. I don't really give a shit else. You know what I mean? I got tracks that I ain't even unreleased yet. You know what I mean? I got songs that I ain't even dropped yet. You know what I mean? That's recorded already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you got stuff in the barrel already, ready to fire off. It's just a matter of when. Cool.
Yeah, I just ain't dropped them yet, but I got songs that ain't even out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is better because then like kind of like once things open up, there. Okay, cool. Now I need to start kind of come up with something that's like playing catch up. Yeah, that's
right.
Good shit.
Right.
For sure, man. Well, I know you're in time, so I want to ask one last question. So generally, I bring artists on. Like the thing I always want to ask is like you've been doing it for a while now, right? And you've been able to get your hands dirty and really learn how things work.
Yeah.
What's something you know now that you wish you knew maybe a couple years ago, or something you could pass down to someone that's a growing artist?
Man, I wish a lot. I wish I could be more than what I am now. You know what I mean? I think there was a lot of opportunities back then that I wish I could have did. Like I could have did something better with my life than being in the streets. You know what I mean? Man, I wish a lot, because I think about that a lot. I'm like, damn, I could have did all this back then, you know what I mean? But I wasn't tripping. I was too busy in the streets selling drugs and shit, you know what I mean? Because the money was so good, you know what I mean? It's like, I ain't got time for nothing else, you know what I mean? And that's about it, you know? But I'm on my grind right now, you know what I mean? Legally, I'm trying to get really,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like once you realize it's never too late, like, okay, cool. Like as long as I got to the starting line, now I can do something with this, you know?
Yeah. Right.
Dope. For sure, man. Well, cool, dude. TG, I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, man. Where can people follow you? Where can you learn about your music?
Man, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TG_415. You know what I mean? Follow me, man. You know what I mean? Fuck with me, man. I fuck with you, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, to all you kids, man, stay in school, man. Stay in school, learn technology, learn computers. You know what I mean? That's where it's really at for y'all. You know, for us too, you know what I mean? Don't be in the streets, man, selling drugs, none of that. You know what I mean? That's what I can tell the kids, man, from my experience. You know what I mean? And thank you, man. Thank you for having me, man. For sure.
Of course. No, I appreciate you more for reaching out. Like it's the same thing like I liked in the podcast, but when people reach out, I'm like, oh shit, like you actually care. Like this is dope. Like that validates what I'm doing. So I appreciate you too.
Yeah, man, most definitely. Shout out KDigitals, baby.
Hey, that's gonna be part of the trailer thumbnail.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Yo, well, you be smooth out there, man.
I appreciate it. For sure, man. Cool. Well, I'll go and give you back your day, and then I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Cool. Peace, brother.
All right. Peace.